Hi, good morning. Welcome to Cider House Crafts. My name is Jen. Today is September 10th, 2020. It is a Thursday morning, and it's just me and Blossom, who you won't see because she's out of the shot, lying on the day bed having a little bit of a kip. So, I hope you're all okay. Thanks for returning if you're a returning viewer, and hi, welcome if you're new. Yeah. So it's not going to be like a super duper episode today. It's only been a week and we all know how my crafting's been going recently. So I have a teeny tiny bit of knitting, not much. And I have a lot of cross stitch and I have some sewing. And oh yeah, don't mind this mess behind me. I got 2 new magazines, and one of the patterns that came with the 2 new sewing magazines was a tunic, which funnily enough was supposed to be sewn up in jersey, and I had that brown striped jersey. So I'm like, you know, what the hell, I'll just use it on that. You could turn this tunic dress into a top, which makes it perfect for that, but yeah, because I didn't have enough for the full amount for the dress. I was shy like a quarter of a yard. So yeah, so I'm gonna work my magic and hopefully I'll have a tunic with some pockets in it. They're built right into the pattern. I got a top done, and I got those boxer shorts for sleeping in, which I slept in last night. Hemmed, so I can show you them. As you can see, my sweater's here, and my cross stitch is hiding. Yes, so I guess we should just get on with it. I hope you're all okay before we do get on with it, and you're all feeling super duper well. Other than that, I don't have a lot of home stuff to report on. We haven't really been up to very much. Still working on the stairs, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We haven't done a whole lot. Yeah, not a whole lot. Anyway, yeah, so let's get on with it. Right, coffee first. So I'm going to save the sewing for last because Hagrid is wearing one of the tops and I'm going to have to call him in from the pubs. So I guess what I'll show you first is the sweater, which I have made, I mean a minute amount of progress on. Here, let me move this. So this is the PetiteKnit Sunday cardigan pattern, and you've seen this for weeks and weeks now, so I'm sure I've posted a picture somewhere around here. But yeah, so it's a paid for pattern. I think it's a paid for pattern. I'm pretty sure it's a paid for pattern. But yeah, so I was working the last time you saw it. The body of the sweater had been, well, sorry, the body of the sweater had been done, and I was just working on the sleeves. And I think I might have gotten maybe 1 inch done, 2 inches. I haven't knit a lot. I have honestly been cross stitching when I haven't been doing houseworky things or working on a stairway or whatever. So I haven't knit a lot. And what knitting got done yesterday. And I woke up this morning with my elbow really hurting. So I'm assuming that's from the knitting. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe knit on that for a couple minutes today and then set it down and try to get myself back into knitting arm. I do. So yeah, so that's it for the knitting. I didn't work on Hedwig, and I didn't work on my mittens at all. I'm really trying hard to get caught up with this cross stitch that I've got going at the moment, which I will be showing you now. I have actually taken it out of the frame. The frame is downstairs. So yeah, so this is it. I have been working on the Halloween Ouija salve from the Tiny Modernist, which I'll probably be showing a picture of somewhere in this area. And I'm trying to catch up with the most recent clue. So because I've gotten behind because I lost my mojo, it's been a bit difficult, but I did finish the center area as promised. So all of this, the house bit and the goodbye and everything else, I think I didn't have the bottom half of it done the last time I showed it. So now I do, and I've started working around on my frames. So I'm hoping by next week I will have all the frames done and a preponderance of the some of the frames have fill. So yeah, so there you go. Yeah, I have my little skeleton needle minder and my Ouija board minder and my Ouija, what do you call that little triangle thing? I don't know. That's on there, but I also have this one too, which I bought from another maker on Etsy. I just can't remember who she was, sorry. Anyway, yeah, so Tiny Modernist, Halloween Ouija sale, getting caught up. Looking good. Let me get that there. I really like it. I haven't done anything on the Christmas sale that I've also joined, but I hadn't planned on starting that until November anyway, so that's okay. So yeah, so I'm pleased with the progress. I'm going to continue to work on this today after I finish doing the sizing on the pattern. Right, so I guess the next thing is sewing. God, this is going to be so short. I am so sorry. Okay, so I will show you that I finished the hem on the boxers. As you can see, the hem is all done. As you can see, they're wrinkly because I slept in them last night. But they are comfortable. But I made a grievous error with these little suckers. And my grievous error is that I did not, before I sewed this, put a big buttonhole here and used some, hang on a minute, I've got it here. I'm not even sure what this is called. It's like cotton, I don't know what it is. Can you guys see that? Is that even focusing? Don't look at my nails, they're horrible right now. Yeah, I should have put that on either side of a piece of elastic. Because although this is very elasticated, see it's bouncing back, it's not enough. And I found it riding down my rump roast when I woke up this morning. So how, I suppose I could slit it and hand sew a buttonhole in the middle of it. I'm not taking it apart, there's no way. And I do suppose I could hand stitch a buttonhole, you know. I suppose I could. And put that on, because then they would be absolutely perfect. And if that works, more power to me, and I will be moving forward making all of my pajama bottoms with cuffing at the top. So, oh, and I did get the seam sewn underneath, so the inside seam was sewn down so it doesn't flip up. Yeah, super duper comfortable and very Christmassy in September. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is invite Hagrid in to show this freaking horrible top that I'm probably never going to wear because it itches a lot, and because the stuff that I chose to sew it with was absolutely horrendous. It has taken me a week to get this top sewn. So one second. Hagrid, can you come here? Well, thanks for coming in, Hagrid. This is that top that we talked about last time. Sorry, I keep looking to see how it looks on the camera. It looks about better on the camera than it does. I mean, actually it doesn't fit bad, but this stuff is so itchy. So this is that, I don't know what you call it. I can't even remember because I can't find it now in my purchases. But it's this like layered flouncy shooby booty dooby blah 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 1920 slapper fabric. That's what I'm calling it. Yeah, this was a nightmare to sew, and I'm sure that there is a way to sew this fabric so you don't end up with that at the top of the shoulders, or this on the sleeve. I mean, look at that. That is shameful. That is shameful. And I probably should have looked up a tutorial about sewing with this, you know, kind of fabric, but I didn't. I don't even know how to finish the neck, if I should just turn it under. Can I just say that this would be the this is only the second time that this has happened, and that I just, frankly, I just want to chuck this in the basket. And if it weren't for the fact that it would hurt Earth, I would. What I think I'm going to do is find a way to finish this off, and I might even trim this layer of stuff that's sticking up right off and just leave it exposed, and around the sleeves as well, because I thought I was doing the right thing, but I wasn't. Like, I actually took the fabric, so where it was cut, I took the fabric and I stay stitched down 1/4 of an inch from the edge to make sure that this flouncy stuff didn't stick up, and that still didn't work. And it's a shame, because if this was solid fabric, I would freaking love it. I love tie-dye. So, yeah, it's a shame. The only thing that I do like about this top, this is the back of it. I know, it's no different than the front. But like I said, the only, see, you can see it. There's a prime example of what's happened here on the sleeves. So, sleeves. Let's just talk about what I started talking about. The only thing that I do like was that test of the flouncy sleeves, and I do like this. So I have had it on, obviously. This synthetic stuff is itching my skin. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't wear it in the summer, because if you even sweat a little bit, you'll be like, you know, you got bees in your bonnet. But anyway, so the sleeve, yeah, the flouncy sleeve, I really like the way that looks on me. So I have I? No, I haven't yet. I'll be tracing that particular piece of pattern before I put it back with the pattern it belongs with, and putting it in with my regular t-shirt top pattern, so that I can use it as a kind of variation on that t-shirt. But you can see underneath even how very, well, I can't say what I would normally say, but messed up this is. So I have no idea. I would probably have to take a course on how to sew with this fabric, because I did the best I could. I don't particularly like the feel of the fabric anyway, but I did the best I could, and now I can take it off poor Hagrid, because yeah, he's probably not very comfortable with it either. Anyway, thanks Hagrid. Thank you. Thank you. Right, so we're going to now get on with the magazines. I haven't purchased anything. No lies this week. There's been no purchases. I haven't bought anything. So no more fibbing. But my 2 sewing magazines came. And, sorry, these sewing pattern packaging things are so sticky. So the first one was a Simply Sewing magazine for September, and yeah, this is the one that the tunic dress came out. So the actual dress version you can see on the front, and then here you can see the actual shirt dress, and you can see where she's got her hands in the pockets and the slits down here. So I'm going to shorten it up as far as I can where the pockets are, because I don't want it quite that long, but I do like it. I can't say that there was a whole lot other than that in this magazine that I was particularly enamored with. Some of it was because of fabric choices, I think. Their fabric choices. Like, I like gingham, but I don't like gingham that much. Like, I don't like it that much. She looks like something out of Little Abner. Not that Little Abner's bad, I'm just saying. And there was another pattern that came with this for a little girl's dress, but since I don't have any little girls in my life, there was no need. Here's a different shot of that tunic dress. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, here's a close-up of the top, where the pockets are. So basically, after I cut it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the pockets in on the fabric itself. Here, you know what I can do? I can show you one of the pattern pieces that I'm sizing up. So You can see on the pattern piece how the pockets aren't separate, how they're actually sewn in or cut into the fabric itself. So when I get done cutting this out onto my fabric, what I'm going to do is I am going to fold it in, see where it lands, and then I'm going to cut the rest of the shirt accordingly. So I'm hoping, looking at that right now, I could probably add maybe 2 inches onto the bottom and put that slit that you saw. One second, I don't know if you saw it, so let's just have another goosey gander here. Sorry, everybody. So you can see the slit at the bottom of this. Not very good, am I? So there's a slit right here at the bottom of that. So I'm going to have to move it up, and probably the slit will start about here. And then where that slit begins, that's where my shirt will end. So yeah, so I'm making that. The second pattern, like I said, I didn't keep the dress, the little girl pattern, dress pattern thing. I just didn't keep it. I don't even know what I did with it, to be honest. But they had this super duper big oversized tote pattern. And on the back it shows that there's a button on the inside and how this is constructed. So, Ian and I have made a decision about retirement, and we aren't going to buy a place in France, and we're not buying a place in Spain. We're not going to buy a place in Scotland. Because the thought of being stationary, especially in another country, and not because of what's going on right now, but just because of who we are and our personalities, we decided to buy a motorhome and keep our home here in England and just do traveling when we feel like doing traveling. And that way we're not stuck in one place. We can say, hey, we want to go to Scotland and run around Scotland, or hey, we're going to go over to Ireland and drive around Ireland, or hey, we're going to go to Wales and drive around Wales, or we're going to go on the continent, you know, take the channel and just drive around France and Italy and Spain and Germany and Belgium and wherever we want to go. So I thought this tote would be a really good thing to, you know, pack things into, to put into the motorhome. So yeah, those are the two patterns from Simply Sewing magazine. And then my Love Sewing magazine came. So this is the September issue, and my girl is on the front. That's Nicole, the real winner of the sewing bee from this year, as far as I'm concerned. And there's this lovely top on the front, and you got the pattern for that. And you also got a pattern for a shirt dress. So I am going to be making the shirt dress with that big piece of purple plaid flannel that I have. So yeah, so that's what the shirt dress, goodness, that's what the shirt dress looks like right there. That's my wee little girl. And there were some other patterns in here that I really truly liked. BTW. I really want that covered right there. How freaking nice would that be? So yeah, yeah, I don't know if this is the one that's got the top. There's a pattern by another company. Give me 1 second, hopefully. Ah, there it is. It's the Friday Pattern Company. And I hadn't heard of them before I saw them here in the sewing magazine. But they have this shirt pattern. I mean, just look at that. I love that shirt. Is that not the cutest little thing you've ever seen? And their pattern sizes, I think they go up to a 30. So let me see if I can find the next picture. If I can get this open. So yeah, this is called the Sagebrush Top. I mean, look at that. Look at that shirt. It's so pretty. That's the prettiest little shirt. That would be really nice just to wear around the house. And actually, if you look at the shirt, it wouldn't be too hard to lengthen the sleeves on that. So maybe you could have like 3/4 length sleeves. or full-length sleeves like I do on the Claudia top that I made last week. So yeah, so I might purchase that pattern when I feel more comfortable spending dosh. Cause yeah, there's a huge article on interfacing, which is very interesting to me and anybody else who is a sewist. But yeah, and then there's this whole thing about shopping for crepe. Now, I don't like the feel of crepe, so I use like a viscosey, silky kind of fabric to make my kimono top, which I'm going to make a robe out of soon too. So anyway, there you go. Sorry. And anyway, so there is the butterick pattern for that top. I'm going to make view A. I really like view A. And here's the shirt dress. And I will also be making view A for this. So there you go. Oh, and I'm also adding sleeves to that. Although I did think for like 2 seconds, I could like funkify this dress in my own little way. And basically, where you see the shirt, where you see the shoulders, the armholes, I really want to cut in farther and make this more narrow at the top of the shoulders. And then at the back, let me see if I can show you the back. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the back there. Can you see that? Yeah, that's okay. Bring that in a more narrow thing. So kind of like it's like a muscle t-shirt, sort of. And then I could just put like a cotton top underneath it and just wear that like that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. Yeah, it's not very long. Sorry. We've got nothing else going on. And yeah, houseworky. Anyway, I will speak to you next week, no doubt, even if it's only the cross stitch and a little bit of sewing. I will be back. So keep well, and I'll see you later. Take care of yourselves.